He is gaining new support from the New England Police Union. The GOP frontrunner is accepting the group's endorsement while also making a special vow if he's elected president. Take a listen.
One of the first things I do in terms of executive order, if I win, will be to sign a strong statement that will go out to the country, out to the world, that anybody killing a policeman, policewoman, police officer, anybody killing a police officer, death penalty. It's going to happen.
So Trump would go on to praise the role of police officers in the face of terrorist threats, and he's also calling for police to have military-style equipment. CNN's Randy Kay has more.
Members of the New England Police Benevolent Association showing support for Donald Trump in New Hampshire, despite the growing list of his inflammatory remarks.
Does any of that concern you?
I think what concerns me is what my members, we have a president of the United States who has no respect for law enforcement officers. That's the problem right now.
Retired police officer Jerry Flynn once met with Trump in his office in New York City.
Found him to be very charming, to be honest with you. And
charming is not a word that you hear a lot when you're talking about Donald Trump. What do you make of his style?
I think that he is what he is. He's a very successful businessman. He's somebody who obviously can poke the bear, and he's done that pretty well.
So well, in fact, that there's a growing panic among some in his party he could win the nomination. But because of his inflammatory remarks about Latinos, women, and now Muslims, many say he wouldn't stand a chance in a general election.
You're not at all concerned about him being the nominee?
No, I want him to be the nominee. I want him to be president of the United States.
Johnny Arnold also thinks Trump could take Democrat Hillary Clinton in a matchup.
When it comes to immigration, when it comes to the debt, when it comes to defending our country, I feel like he's stronger than she is.
Despite what some Republicans are saying, no one here told us they thought Trump was hurting his party.
He's trying to make America great again, and I think he's doing it his way, on his own, the way he would work in business.
And you think that's playing well in the party, not driving people away from the party?
I think it's playing well with the public. In the party, I guess that'll be determined at the convention.
And about that New York Times CBS poll showing that among all registered voters, 40% say a Trump presidency scares them.
Does a Donald Trump presidency scare you?
Not at all. And I'll tell you why. It's because I've noticed that when it comes to a lot of presidents, they don't know how to say no. And that might just be a real basic answer to tell you, but I feel like he has so much fire in him. Like if we were to be attacked, for example, he knows how to say no.
Meanwhile, with so many critics inside the GOP, Trump is floating the idea of running as a third-party candidate, an independent. And according to a USA Today poll, 68% of his supporters say they'd go with him.
Would you consider crossing party lines to vote for Donald Trump?
I'll leave you with this. Ronald Reagan said it best. I didn't leave the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party left me.
All right. I'll take that as a yes. Randy Kay, CNN, Portsmouth, New Hampshire.